Hey, call me Shape, and today we're reacting to a video titled Men Aren't Pursuing Women Anymore. Let's get right into the content.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we are reacting to a TikTok. I thought it could be helpful for you guys to hear a woman's perspective on this, so let's watch it together, reconvene, and I will tell you what I think. Okay, the text on the screen says SOS meeting guys when single. So let's watch.
We need to have a discussion on my single people because I need to know what you guys would have done in this circumstance. They always say like you'll meet the person that you want to start dating or the person that you're with doing things that you love, whether it's going to the coffee shop, the gym, just your everyday activities, whatever. So today I go into the coffee shop and the second I walk in, I see the most beautiful man, just like gorgeous features, brown hair, incredibly tall. I'm like, you are so my type to a T. Very business-esque energy to him too. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely my type. He was sitting across the cafe. I'm like, I should make some eye contact with him, let him know there's a vibe here. But didn't end up like looking up from my computer, whatever. So I'm like, I'll just have no earbuds in so I look approachable because I've been told I don't look approachable. So I'm trying to do everything I can to make myself look approachable to this man. He ends up walking over and sitting right next to me. And how it's set up in this coffee shop is there's like one long booth and then a table in front of yourself and then a chair on the other side of you. So he's sitting right next to me in this booth. And I'm like, perfect opportunity. So I'm patiently waiting for him to like spark up a conversation, but like what would he have said? And I was too nervous to be bold and be like, hey, you're really hot. My name's Lauren. Here's my number. But like, I could have done that, but like, that's a little too ballsy of me. And like, I wanted him to just show a little confidence, maybe like pursue a little bit, because I think that's the most attractive thing in a guy. But I'm like, the fact that he got up and sat right next to me, he didn't even have to like charge his computer or anything because he didn't reach out to grab a charger. Because I'm like, oh wait, why did he move across and sit next to me? So that made me a little curious. So anyways, bummer. To make a long story short, we didn't end up having any conversation and he got up probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes later or something. But yeah, he totally distracted me from my work because I was like, I just want to kiss you on the lips. You are gorgeous, honey. But yeah, if you were sitting at Shortwave Coffee today next to me, you should have shot your shot because you were beautiful. But anyways, I want to know what you guys would have done in that circumstance.
Okay, so she's asking, I want to know what you guys would have done in that circumstance. So we're going to tell her. So first up here, I want to talk about the hints that women give men. You know, as a woman, it's always pretty obvious to me when a woman is into a guy and when she wants him to approach, but that is because I am a woman and I know how women work. But as a guy, I can absolutely see how this can be confusing, and also there's just a lot of bad advice on the internet about this. Let's be totally transparent. Just because a girl looks at you for 2 seconds doesn't mean that she's interested. And there's sometimes a very fine line between, is she interested in me or did she just accidentally look at me the same time that I looked at her? So, you know, as a woman, I can confidently say, I think sometimes the way we expect men to read these hints and these minuscule cues, like, it's tough out there. So I think we can acknowledge that. You know, in the video, she said she took her earbuds out to look more approachable, and not having earbuds in, unfortunately, I don't think is necessarily enough for a man to say, okay, let me go up to her. She doesn't have AirPods in. She clearly wants me to approach her. But A for effort, you know, nice try. I think that's a great starting point, but just...
Okay, let me stop it right here. We are going to just start coddling women to let them know, oh, nice start, good try. No, this stuff doesn't work, okay? I don't know how to say this, but women need to get the balls to just approach the men they want. Us men, you know what we do? We deal with the women that want us, right? You women have an advantage. You guys could date whoever you want. We're going to deal with the women who want us. And so instead of giving us hints, just approach us. We don't bite. I know everyone's scared of rejection, but how am I supposed to know that you like me and you think I'm so handsome and you want to make out with me and blah, blah? I don't know that. We just don't know. So the hints, that might work on women, right? The little earbuds out of your ears. I would have never, I'm surprised that's a hint. I'm going to start looking for that now because I can't read womanese like that. But yeah, just approach us. It's all right. Just say hi. If you initiate the conversation, we'll do the rest. I promise you. If you just initiate, we'll pick up from there. You don't have to go out your way and tell us we're beautiful, gorgeous. You don't have to do none of that. Initiate the conversation and we'll take over. I promise.
Taking out your earbuds, I don't know if that's enough to do it, especially if you didn't look up from your computer at him the entire time, like you didn't even look at him. So I would probably assume that you weren't interested. That's just from a woman's perspective. For the guys watching, I would love to hear down in the comments, what makes a woman look approachable versus not approachable? Like, what would signal to you that a woman is interested? I really want a man's perspective on this, because I know from a woman's perspective, like, just the simple act of not having earbuds in, I don't think would be enough for me to think that someone is interested. If they kept looking at me, that would be a different story, but just the earbuds, I'm going to say no. Now, going back.
Okay, I'm going to give you my perspective quickly. If you just come up to us and talk to us. I work at a gym. I see girls who randomly, they talk to us, they talk to me, they ask me for help. That might be a good way. And if you want an easy way, the ice break, the scenario, ask me for help. Right? And then from there, if I'm attracted to you, I might say, hey, what's up? You got a boyfriend? Blah, blah. Because guess what? We have been put in this situation as men where it's too risky to approach a girl. There's too many consequences to initiate things, and it just isn't worth it. But we can't read your mind. If you like us, you think we're handsome, just start the conversation. Yeah. I think it's simple. It's kind of laughable that we're having this conversation, but it's understand because, men don't understand women, women don't understand men. So let's continue.
Video in this specific situation, I think the fact that he moved right next to her and she didn't look at him or smile or say anything to him probably made him think, okay, she's definitely not interested. She didn't even look my way when I came over here, so I don't want to bother her while she works. Like, that would be my assumption. I think it would be very different if while he was on his way over to sit next to her, she looked up from her computer and smiled at him, or, glancing over and smiling once he sat down. Like, I think that would make the situation very different. If I got up and sat next to someone and they didn't even look up at their screen, I would think, okay, this person is very focused on what they're doing. I don't want to disturb them. But maybe that's just me. This is also a perfect time to talk about why men are not pursuing women as much anymore. I think there's been a substantial decrease in the amount of men who approach women, especially in settings aside from like a bar or club or something like that, because of the fact that many women have said they don't want to be approached, they don't like it, where it's a total no-no for them, how it makes them feel uncomfortable, how men are creepy. I could go on and on here. I would say most men don't want to contribute to this issue of making women feel uncomfortable, so they might be less likely to approach. Now, I also know there are a lot of guys too who just have a fear of rejection, which is a pretty normal feeling to have. Maybe a fear of an extreme negative reaction, which I'll be honest, I don't think is as common, but social media has certainly made it seem like it is. Or guys who are just more introverted or have social anxiety. So I know those things are definitely happening too. I'm not a man, so I can't speak from personal experience, and for that reason, I don't think it's fair for me to just sit here and say, get over it. But I will say, if you don't even try, you automatically fail. I know rejection is scary and it can be really intimidating to put yourself out there given the current dating climate, but give yourself a dang chance to succeed. That would be my advice. But going back to this situation in the video here, I have to be...
Let me stop her. Why are you trying to turn it on men that we're scared of rejection? She's the one that wanted him. Tell her to pursue him. This is so obvious. And she was like, oh, he's probably just scared of rejection. He does not know that she likes him. She's just a girl. She's attractive. He's doing what he got to do. He's sitting next to her. She's not paying him any mind. We're not mind readers. It's frustrating because women, you guys do this dumb shit. Y'all like us, but y'all want to play like you don't like us. You see how confusing that is? You want to play. Let's play like I don't like you. I'm going to take my earbuds out. I look presentable now. Yeah, you could chase me now. We need to get over this notion that men need to initiate the conversation. We need to initiate the seduction. You girls can do it, especially if you like us first. Look at what she said. She did all this for him, but just say hello. The girl made a TikTok video. She took her earbuds out. She had all these fantasies. Oh, you're so beautiful. I can kiss you right now. She was just like gun-ho over him. She could took all that energy and just pursue him. But instead, what do we say? Oh, men, stop being scared of rejection. If you don't try, you're going to fail. Why is it on him? Did he make a TikTok video about it? He didn't make a TikTok video about it. She made a video about it. She was enamored by him. Therefore, the onus is on her. But again, we go back to this whole men are the ones that's supposed to hunt us and da-da-da. No. Shelter does not chase after people. People chase after shelter. If we're the strongest ones in the community, we protect everybody. Why is it that we're chasing after you if you're a liability, and shouldn't it be you chasing after us if we're the ones protecting you? If outside's dangerous and something could harm you, am I going to chase and look after something I can protect? Or something that needs protection will come looking after me? I'm just saying. So I'm going to finish, let her talk some more, but it's really amazing that no matter what happens, it's our fault. It's our fault.
I was never one to recommend women making the first move, mainly because I think it's attractive when the man is the bold one and takes the initiative, but I've kind of changed my mind about this, and I'm definitely more open to the idea of a woman approaching or being the one to open up the floor in person specifically. In terms of online dating, I think that's different, and I think men should still make the first move and take initiative, specifically on a dating app, because you know why everyone is on there, and the in-person worries of making someone uncomfortable isn't really a thing. I'm actually not a fan of Bumble at all for this reason, but back to the video. You know, if men don't want to make women feel uncomfortable and they aren't picking up on these hints, or they overthink the hints and don't actually think they're hints, which is absolutely understandable sometimes, because sometimes these hints are really giving nothing at all. What the heck are we supposed to do? You know, I think doing nothing in a scenario like this as a woman is way worse than just saying hi and at least letting a guy know that you're comfortable chatting with him or into him. You don't have to be so bold and say, I think you're cute, here's my number, although that probably would make things a heck of a lot easier. But at least saying something, anything, gives the guy a green light. You know, if I were in her situation and I had the courage to say something, I think just saying hi or maybe asking what he ordered could have been totally fine. You know, it's definitely not the craziest or most bold thing in the world, but it at least gets the convo started. You know, from there, it would be pretty obvious then if he was interested in continuing the conversation. I think women are often much better at reading body language and noticing small details than men are. It's usually pretty easy for us to read the room, so I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think this might just make the situation more enjoyable and comfortable for everyone involved. I can totally see both sides, but I think if we want to meet people in real life, we have to get comfortable breaking some norms, because clearly what's going on right now isn't necessarily working. As I already touched on in this video, I think there are more reasons why men aren't saying anything or approaching than just them not being confident. I think they don't want to make us uncomfortable. They've seen us all talk online about how we don't like when men approach us, or what scenarios are okay versus what scenarios aren't, or that we just want to focus on our work and not necessarily worry about men approaching us all the time. So I think there's a lot that's going into this, and I think something that would definitely help is maybe not necessarily being so bold and saying, you know, you're attractive or you're cute, can I have your number, as a woman, but just opening up the floor for conversation and letting a man know that I'm okay with being talked to and I'm okay with being approached. I think that would definitely help, and I don't necessarily know if this mindset of sort of letting life pass you by and never putting yourself out there and never saying anything as a woman simply because you want the man to be masculine or be confident or, you know, be sexy and take charge and initiate, I don't know if that's necessarily always the most helpful thing. I can see both sides, and as a woman, I think we should really try to have more of an open mind about this. I will also say I'm starting to understand a lot more why in the old days a woman would drop her handkerchief to signal to a man that she was interested in him. If she was, say, on a walk or something, and he would pick it up and bring it over, and they would start talking, and that was her green light of showing, I'm into you, come talk to me. Bring me my handkerchief. While that is incredibly unhygienic, and I would never want to use that handkerchief again after it sitting on the ground.
Okay, let me, and great. So you made a good point. I want to say this because let me put it to women in perspective for those who are still watching this video. And if you are, you're very lucky because you're about to get some real gems. If it was up to us to approach all the women we'd find attractive, I'm telling you, we'd approach dozens of women every day. But we think this is inappropriate. We think this is selfish because, you know, we're not considering how that girl feels. We understand that you guys don't care that we like you. You're more concerned that you like us, right? That's what women are concerned about. I see beautiful women in the gym all the time. If I was left to my own devices and said, I'm going to approach every girl I find attractive, I would approach many girls every day. But women are different. You guys only find some men attractive, right? Men statistically swipe right on dating apps over 50% of the time. Women do it only 20% of the time. So we know for a fact that women are more selective. So if a beautiful girl walks into the gym, a lot of us guys are going to find her attractive. A lot of us guys would date her based on looks. But she might only date a small percentage of us. Therefore, the ones that she would date, she should break the ice for and approach first to let us know that, okay, you can pursue. Because guess what? We find you attractive. We find the girl standing next to you attractive. We find that girl over there attractive. We find all y'all attractive. And we want to hook up with all y'all. But it's not practical for us to go and try to smash every single girl we find attractive. You get what we're saying now? A lot of y'all we find attractive. A lot of y'all. It's just the truth. Okay? I'm a good looking guy, but I find lots of women attractive. I just personally do. You know, I don't think a girl has to be a slam dunk in order for me to be interested in her. But women are different. You guys really like a particular guy, a certain race, hairstyle, height. You guys are very particular. Where a guy, I'm black, but I could like an Asian girl, a Spanish girl, a white girl, a black girl, an Indian girl. I can find all you guys attractive. I've seen attractive women of all these races. But I'll meet a black girl and she only likes black guys. I'll meet a white girl and she only likes white guys. Doesn't mean us black men are not attractive. Doesn't mean the Spanish men are not attractive. But women have their preferences. So therefore, since you guys are the very selective gender, you have to do the choosing. Okay, we'll follow up. We'll after you open the door. Don't worry, we'll ask for your number, your Instagram, all that cool stuff. But you guys have to do the choosing. I'm telling you. And I tell all my friends that are girls, go after the guy you want. Stop waiting for the guy you want to get a hint. He's not going to get a hint. If he's a desirable guy like myself, who already, by the way, I have other girls already pursuing me. So how can I pursue all you guys? I have girls pursuing me. There's girls I find attractive. I can't pursue everybody. I can't just be every girl give me a hint. Okay? There's this dude, his name is King68 on Instagram. I think he's on YouTube as well. That dude, he's 6'8". Everywhere he goes, girls find him attractive. They approach him all the time. Can you imagine him pursuing anybody? How can he? When he just walks in public and girls are just throwing themselves at him. Okay? That's what it's like for us desirable men. But the dating market is hard now because women refuse to chase a man, quote unquote, or pursue a man. So guess what? You're going to fantasize about us. There could have been a potential for us being together if you would have just said something. But since you said nothing, now you got to make TikTok videos about how the whole story went and all this stuff and still not have us. What a waste of time. What a waste of energy. Get some balls to literally get some balls. All right? I'm going to put this link in the bio, in the description of Courtney Ryan. I think she's an interesting content creator. Shout out to her. Go subscribe to her channel. Follow her. Also, like this video. Subscribe to my channel as well. And check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.